The Center for Environment Justice is pleased to be welcomed in Mafinga district. This is not our first time we're coming in the district. This is actually the second time. We understand that the project that has brought us into the district called the Stop the Chop campaign, it is a project that was funded by the US government under the Department of State in collaboration with the Zambia-USA Allumni Association, or ZUEA in short. How was this project funded? Our executive director is an alumnus, meaning she was part of the Mandela Washington Fellowship, which is a program for youths who are taken to USA for training, and then they come back under leadership program. She was part of that, and being a group of youths who were trained, she applied for a funding which can facilitate the issue of deforestation, ending deforestation by 2030. And this is how this project was funded. It is more of a policy-based project that tries to identify the key challenges of the high rates of deforestation in Mafinga and their proposed alternative solutions. And this is why today we are here to host this traditional leaders dialogue, so that together we can identify what are some of the key challenges and the root causes for these challenges. But at the same time, CEJ is very committed to identifying solutions with the rest of the stakeholders and achieve an action plan which we can follow in terms of resource mobilization and actualization of those solutions. I think with these few remarks, allow me to thank you all on behalf of the Executive Director and the board for CEJ. Thank you very much.
I'm personally humbled and extremely excited that even when we are grappling with deforestation, a solution of this magnitude can come in our midst. To us, this is a huge blessing, because Mafinga is known for Chitemene system. And because of Chitemene system, chopping a tree is fun. Chopping a tree is a symbol of moving from childhood to a level of manhood. And this has led to deforestation on a larger scale. The solutions are within ourselves. And one of the solutions is alternative livelihoods. Projects like these will surely address deforestation challenges.
Deforestation and land degradation are matters of utmost concern for the Zambian government, as we recognize the devastating impact they have on our environment, biodiversity, and the well-being of our citizens. The Mafinga district, with its rich natural resources and biodiversity, is not immune to these challenges. Illegal logging, unsustainable agriculture practices, and population pressures have put immense pressure on our forests, threatening their very existence. However, I stand here today reassured by the unwavering commitment of our traditional leaders and communities to find solutions to these pressing issues.
Fruit tobacco, they take their tobacco straight to Osaka for sale. Yes, it fetches a lot of money, but it will be money in the future. I'm referring to in the future. It will be money without life. When we have money without life, where are you? You are lost, you are dead, and the area is completely a desert, in short. But what we are trying to advise them, like in my area, I'm advising them not to continue with the fruit tobacco, but instead grow barley tobacco. Because barley tobacco, you spend less trees than using fruit, which destroys every tree.
Here in Mafinga district, they do a lot of Chitemene in Sanjawat. There's a lot of Chitemene done there. There is again a lot of Chitemene done in Chanama. We put it under which word? Mkuduwat. Yes. That one also they do a lot of Chitemene. Then when you go down the valley, it's the cutting of timber. a lot of illegal timber cutting there, which has also done a lot of deforestation. Plus, it's again down the valley where they do a lot of charcoal. I think it's where charcoal is produced much from the valley. And there are the people, I'm sure, who cut for us here at the district level here.
What will happen if today we've finished 10 trees? What about tomorrow? It will be more than 10. What about that other year? It will be more than 1,000. What will happen after 100 years? There will be no tree at all surviving. And if trees are demolished completely, we have no life in that particular area. And if we don't have life in that particular area, it means we can't grow anything. And human beings like ourselves, we shall not be there. How do we live minus air? Because we get air from the trees. How do we grow crops? Maize, what minus water? Because water comes also from the trees. So what we should have is we must all have a long sight. We must have a vision. What will happen tomorrow? What will happen 5 years to come from now? By simply going back to our people, it might be different for them to understand today, but it should be a continuous type of education leading to our people. Education is a long process.
When we talk of finger millet, which is millet has got an alternative, sorghum. Sorghum also works like millet, that's all. Mm-hmm. So it's better we discourage them not to be growing millet, let them grow sorghum. For sorghum doesn't need digitamine. No. Sorghum, we just grow it as another ordinary plant.
Chances that people will stop growing millet are close to none because of its value, both culturally and also from the economic perspective. So our efforts then should aim at one, improving their production methods, or possibly even improve their yields, and also two, ensuring that when we look at sustainability, we should ensure that the methods we propose or introduce are less labor intensive compared to what they are doing now. Because if they are more labor intensive, it becomes a hindrance on its own. We have been growing millet with the farmers in Nsenjewad without Chitemene. Mm-hmm. And this year actually, one of the few days that the Department of Agriculture held was held at one of the lead farmers that is growing millet without Chitemene. So all they need is a bit of lime to neutralize the soils, because millet doesn't do very well in acidic soils. So the burning process neutralizes the acid in the soil. So yeah, there are methods that are already underway that could be replicated.
I'm appealing to everyone, WWF, wildlife, even CJ and GRZ, also local authority. Please, let's coordinate and cooperate. By coordinating, I'm not saying at every intervention, every one of us here should be there. No. There are key stakeholders at different stages. So even when we are talking about the issues of feasibility study, it's not everyone, but key stakeholders will be there. And then once we identify those key stakeholders, they have gone, that's collaboration. The rest will support the move until we see what we want as a district, we achieve and end the deforestation. I think that is the ultimate goal.
If we had a proper land use plan, like I've witnessed in the southern province, where we know that this area is only designated for grazing. This area, that's where we can be doing such activities at community level. That will actually also help us in a way to actually make sure that we do proper conservation works. Then the second submission that I have is that, especially from the community engagement and sensitization standpoint, I have the view that maybe as a Mafinga district, how can we together as traditional leaders, CSOs, and other important key stakeholders come up with a radio station where we can be doing sensitization meetings on environmental issues that affect us. I think that for me will actually also help disseminate information easily. I know the power of media today. So I think a radio station would actually help us to actually disseminate certain information, like we are talking about awareness meetings here. If we are the radio station, it could actually reach a wider population.
The Stop the Chop campaign, it was a policy and alternative livelihood identification project that should feed into another project to bring now service delivery. It may come to an end in a few days because it was a short funding, but I can assure you the director instructed me to inform this district that CEJ has entered the district, and once we've entered the district, we try by all means to push ourselves to mobilize resources and still get back into the district. We will still work with our partners, WWF and WEX, and other CSOs that are not in Mafinga, whom we think can do wonders in Mafinga, and bring them also to Mafinga. By the time, Your Worship, we are moving in the next 5 years, I think we should be hearing Mafinga on the map now, even in news.
As we draw the curtains on this momentous traditional leaders dialogue on ending deforestation and providing alternative livelihoods in the Mafinga district, I stand before you with a profound sense of optimism and determination. This gathering has been a testament to our shared commitment to the well-being of our environment and the prosperity of our communities. Allow me to equally extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Center for Environment Justice for the relentless efforts in championing the Stop the Chop campaign, and to our esteemed partners, the Department of State of the United States of America and the Zambia-United States Allumni Association for their unwavering support. Your collaboration has enriched this dialogue and strengthened our resolve to address the critical issues of deforestation and land degradation in our district. Throughout the course of this dialogue, we've had the privilege of engaging in candid and constructive discussions fueled by the wisdom and experiences of our respected traditional leaders. We have explored sustainable solutions and innovative livelihood alternatives, and identified opportunities for collaboration. Distinguished guests, gentlemen, the insights shared and the solutions proposed during this dialogue have reinforced our belief that we possess the capacity to create a more sustainable and harmonious future for the Mafinga district. It is my singular honor and privilege to declare this dialogue officially closed. Thank you, and may our efforts inspire a brighter and more sustainable tomorrow for generations to come.